Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Ethan Federman here today, and this is like my 10th time trying to do this part because my phone kept fucking up and family just kept coming in and talking to me. Okay, this is a new story on my channel. It's going to be What If Deku Had the Speed Force Part 1. So, when this story takes place, I'm going to say it takes place 9 months before the entrance exam for the UA. So everything up until the 9 months before happened exactly the same as canon. No differences, no nothing. Nothing. So Bakugo is just fighting Deku or just bullying him because he wanted to. And this was like, actually no, their school went to a plant where they test chemicals and that because they're doing like a science school trip. And Deku is looking at some, that is new, he's looking at some chemicals because, or he's just looking at all the chemicals because he wants to, he doesn't want to, he still wants to become a hero, but he just wants to know more about science and all of that. So he's studying these chemicals that the Flash had on his bench in the Flash season 1, the TV show with Grant Gustin. So he's looking at all of these, he's looking at all of the chemicals, and before everyone like got to the news said that there was going to be a storm like this afternoon. So everyone's just like, probably nothing will probably happen. Probably will be a little bit of lightning or whatever. But as we all know, the Speed Force doesn't work like that. So Deku's just studying, and Bakugo starts having like starting to walk up to him and stuff, being mean to him. And like this is in front of the entire class, and well, Deku's like, Kachan, please, can you be a little bit nicer? And he was like, why the hell should I care, you quirkless nerd? I hope you get struck by lightning. And as soon as that happened, Deku trips and all the chemicals fall on him, and like that, the Speed Force lightning just shot in and hit Midoriya. And everyone's like, oh my god, he needs help. And Deku's in a coma. Boom, out. He's out for 9 months. So this is like month 5, and Bakugo is actually feeling he's feeling a little bit depressed because he doesn't know that Bakugo doesn't know how long Deku's gonna be in the coma for, but he's just like, Midoriya, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say all of those things. You're only human, and we're only human. I shouldn't have talked to you like that. I'm sorry. And not Deku. Bakugo finally lets go, like his anger towards Midoriya, and the 9 months pass, and it's a month before the sports festival, or not the sports festival, the entrance exam. So Deku is still smart in this what if, but I'm going to make, like, over time I'm going to make Deku OP because the Flash is OP, like insane. So the 9 month show, Inko is always like visits him every day, and she comes in after the 9 months, and the doctor's like, Miss Midoriya, your son, he's awakened from his coma. And she's like, oh my god, really? And they all come in, and Deku did the same thing that Barry did. If you haven't watched The Flash, basically he's out and he goes, he goes like that, exactly the same like that, and all the doctors are like, "Oh my god, I'm like, okay, this is this," and Deku's like, "Where am I?" And all the doctors in there were saying like, "You're in the hospital. You were struck by lightning. You were in a coma for 9 months." And as soon as Deku heard that, it's like, 9 months? How? And since because the teacher that Deck was with told the doctors about the incident, and the doctors were like, "You were doused in a bunch of chemicals, and you were struck by lightning." And Deku was like, "Then why do I?" And Deku was like, "Well, I should be like everything should be very stiff and all of that stuff." And Deck was like, what is this?" Because he feels the speed force flowing through him. Sorry. And yeah, this he feels the speed force go through him, and his mum walks in and she gives him the biggest hug, and she was like, "My God, Deku, not Deku, Izuku, I was so worried. Please don't ever do that again. I just missed you." And Deku's like, "Mom, I'm fine." And she's like, "Really? You were struck by lightning?" And he was like, "I know, but I feel fine." And Deku was like, "Can I go home?" And the dog was like, "Yes, of course." And they get home, and okay, so they get home, and Inko starts cooking food, and since she was rushing, she dropped a bit of food, or just dropped the plate that she had for Deku, and everything just slows, and Deku's like, "What is this?" TikTok. And Deku's like, "What is this?" And Deku just speeds over, catches the plate, and catches his mom. So he like grabs the plate with his right hand, and like catches his mom like this. So she's like leaning over his head, so her head's like right here, and Deku's like it all happened like that. So and it's like, what the hell? And Inko was like, "Oh my god, Izuku, you how did that happen?" He was like, I don't know." And they're like, "Oh my god, you finally got your quirk." And Inko was just like, "It's not like mine or your father's. It must be a mutant gene to have a different quirk than your parents." And they after this they go to the doctors, and it's the same day. Yes, it's the same day. So they go to the doctors, and they're like, "Doctors," and they're like, "Oh, is everything okay?" He's like, "My baby boy, he got his quirk. Could you please? We think we got his quirk. Can we run? Can we check?" And they were like, the dog's like, "Of course, ma'am." And he's like, "No, he shouldn't because he still has the second joint in his toe." But Deku was like, "But what about this?" And does he starts shaking his hand like the way Barry did in the first season? So he was like, and it just starts like, and the dog's like, "What? How is this possible?" And Deku is like, cause since he's smart now and his brain has been infused with the Speed Force, or the Speed Force has been, which is going all throughout his body. He's smarter. He can think faster, move faster. So Deku is just like, maybe it was all those chemicals and the power of the lightning that hit me that gave me these powers. And the dog was like, "Actually, we think you're right, kid. Because those were some miscellaneous chemicals that we don't know about, or that we have very little information on." And Deck was like, "Oh, that's both cool and scary." And the doctors were like, "So, what do you want to name your quirk?" And Decker was like, the Speed Force like influences Deku's choosing of the name a little bit. So it's like the Speed Force, and the doctors were like, "Ooh, okay, that's a cool name, Speed Force." Yeah, okay, your quirk name is Speed Force. So this is where I'm going to leave off the video. I'm going to get real in deep with this series, and I hope you all enjoy this. So if you like the video, leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe, turn the notifications on, stay golden.